Hello and welcome back to Chasing the Moon RV. My name is Zia. I thought I'd let you know that I'm going to try posting 2 videos a week, one on Sunday and one on Wednesday. And the reason for that is that although this isn't a sort of typical sightseeing travel channel, I was getting so far behind in the travel portions of my videos that I was never going to be able to catch up. I thought I'd split it into 2 days. So Sundays will be travel segments of where I've been a week or two before. And then Wednesdays will be more about RV lifestyle. This video is about our trip from Kelowna towards the Rocky Mountains. So I hope you enjoy it. Hopefully this is going to be another lovely little town. So Charlie and I are finally out for a nice walk because the sun has come out. It's been raining for the last day and a half here. And we're in Revelstoke. We're right on the edge of the Columbia River. Unfortunately, they don't allow any overnight camping here. We found a decent spot last night. It was on a city street, but it was okay. I felt safe. So I believe we're just sort of coming into the foothills of the Rockies. By tomorrow we will probably be out of BC and into Alberta. This is the view from my bedroom window tonight. Yesterday was a tough day, and I was even questioning myself in this whole journey a little bit. It had been raining and cold, and I was actually sleeping in a downtown street about a block from the railroad tracks last night. But this is what makes it all worthwhile. So this is what I'm going to wake up to. I woke up at 3 o'clock this morning thinking somebody was rocking Luna back and forth. But it was just the wind which kept me awake until about 5:30. Last night we stayed in front of this church, which I figured if we were going to be safe anywhere, it should be here. I think we're going to head out and carry on our journey. We're saying goodbye to Revelstoke, heading towards Lake Louise. I'm so excited to see that. Unfortunately, looks like there's road work up ahead, and we're just sitting in traffic, and we've only been gone less than 5 minutes. I think we've just come through Rogers Pass, which is something like 1,330 meters above sea level. And we have arrived at Lake Louise. Good morning. Charlie and I are in Lake Louise in the Rockies in Alberta. We crossed from British Columbia into Alberta yesterday, It's very early in the morning, but I need to get an early start in order to find parking. It was very cold up here. We actually are staying in a campsite, which isn't typically in my budget. Sometimes it's necessary. In Lake Louise, there isn't anywhere where you can park in a parking lot overnight or stealth camp on a street. So after 6 hours of driving yesterday in what should have been a 2-hour, 45-minute drive, we arrived very tired and very hungry. Charlie was quite cranky. So here we are in a campground that cost $48.50 Canadian for a night. It was a little bit a little bit like coming into Jurassic Park, because the whole perimeter of the campground has an electric fence around it to keep out the grizzly bears. Apparently smaller animals can still get through, and I don't think they're talking about squirrels. I think they're probably talking about wolves, coyotes, mountain lions. And maybe the electric fence is to keep out the T-Rex and velociraptors too. Even though it's almost the end of June now. Went down to 0 last night, but Charlie and I were very cozy. Luckily, I have a furnace, a propane furnace, and a down duvet. And Charlie has a little Sherpa-lined coat or vest and sleeps next to the vent from the furnace. Part of the reason that I'm awake so early this morning is I was exhausted last night, as I said, so I went to bed very early. But also, to be able to park in the parking lot on the lake shore of Lake Louise, you have to get there by about 7 o'clock in the morning. It starts to fill up, and if you don't do that, you have to stay down by the visitor center and take a shuttle bus. Now it's about 6:30 in the morning, and I am going to head up Lake Louise. I wish it was sun shining, because I would imagine it's amazing up there. It's going to be amazing anyway, but it is raining and cold again today. This does not feel like summer, but it's exciting. Well, I'm back again, minutes after saying I was on my way up to the Lake Louise lakefront, but I just found that my battery is completely dead. I left the ignition turned on last night. I think it was to close the windows, and didn't turn it off again. I have a battery charger with me that a very kind friend gave me, and hopefully that's fully charged. If not, I'll try and charge it on my Jackery battery bank. Fingers crossed, but I guess we're not going to get a parking spot. Maybe I'll just go back to bed. So here's my battery booster. It's not fully charged, so I'm going to try and charge it up on my Jackery, which is almost fully charged, thankfully, because I had it plugged in to my cigarette lighter while I was driving yesterday. So fingers crossed. And then, you know what, I'm going to go up to Lake Louise anyway, up to the parking lot, and I'm just going to ask the parking guides up there, meaning the ethereal ones, to find me a spot. Let's see what happens. So now we're just waiting for the battery to charge. Oh my goodness. But the whole point of, I think we're on a little bit of an angle, so you'll have to bear with me on that. Another thing I need to learn, make sure I've got everything set right. We're waiting. We will deal with this. These kind of things are going to happen. That's something I will never do again. Leave the key in the ignition turned on. But the whole point of doing this kind of a trip, there's no rush. You know, I'm planning on being on the road for about 6 months. I'm not going to stress about it. I'm disappointed, but so I'll just relax and have a coffee, look out at the trees, watch some of the campers waking up. Charlie's still sleepy. Are you still sleepy, Charlie? Do you want to say hello? What? Want to say hello? Who's that up there? Who's that? Did you have a good sleep? You were cozy in your little jacket last night. Don't bother me, Mom. Update on the dead battery. It looked like my battery charger was charged up from my Jackery battery bank. The green light was on, so I connected it to the van battery, but it was showing not fully charged, and absolutely nothing happened when I turned the key. No sounds, no lights, nothing. It's completely dead. So I asked a neighbor to come and have a look, make sure I had it connected properly. I've used it before, but a long time ago. And he said, yes, I had it hooked up right. So then he told me that a couple across the way had just charged their dead battery. And so they were just getting ready to leave. I mean, just a little segue here. This is a young couple with 4 kids aged 6 to 11 that were camping in a small vehicle with a tent. And it went down to 0 last night. Like, they're very brave people as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, very kindly, they brought their battery booster over here. But every time they tried to connect it, they got a surge warning. Oh, looks like the park service is here. Because of the way I'm parked, they can't reach me to try and boost me from their van. They gave me the number of a garage, but it's in Banff, and they think the only thing I can do is tow me to Banff, which is half an hour away. Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. There goes the budget. It's okay, I can do it, but certainly not a hit I needed, and I'm annoyed at myself for my stupidity. I'll make a couple of phone calls and see what I can do. Update number 3652. I just called BCAA. They will be here within the next 4 hours because I'm in Lake Louise and there's nothing here. I'm in the middle of a campground. I am facing the wrong way, so I may have to be towed. And I have used up my 4 calls to BCAA already. My membership comes up for renewal in August, and of course this couldn't have happened after the renewal. But it is what it is. I have no idea what it's going to cost or how far they have to come to get to me. Lesson learned. And so Charlie and I are just going to chill, literally chill. I don't want to turn the furnace on either because I don't want to drain the house battery. Oh dear, what an adventure we're on. I didn't end up where that little car is. All I needed was a boost to the battery, but it was a heavy blow to the budget. Happily, Luna's running again. Hello, I'm coming back to you from the future just to clarify something. The next views are Charlie and myself on our way up to Lake Moraine and Lake Louise. And the upside of chilling out, not being stressed by what happened with the battery, was that by the time I was able to get up there, the sun had come out. And the other thing that happened was that due to having had some surgery in February, I have a temporary disabled pass. And so even though the lots were all full at those two lakes, they let me through, and I was able to go right to the head of the class, so to speak, and find excellent parking where I only had to walk a very short distance to get to where I wanted to be. It's interesting because I know I'm developing much more of an attitude of gratitude and not letting the little things throw me, and it seems to be paying off. So there was a plus side to the day. So I am at the beautiful turquoise lake, not Lake Louise yet, but at Moraine or Moran Lake. It is just phenomenal here. It's so beautiful. I can't get enough of it. I'm happy to be here finally. I made it to Lake Louise. The sun isn't out at the moment, but it is a beautiful sight. It's stunning. It feels good to have caught up on some of that footage. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you'll like and subscribe and maybe hit the bell if you want to be notified when next video is. Wherever you are, morning, afternoon, or evening, if you're having a lovely day. Bye-bye for now.